Hello everyone. So today I will be growing brine shrimp. And you might be wondering why I'm growing brine shrimp. First, what I'll do is I got to add 500 milliliters of water into this container, and I'll explain to you exactly why I'm doing this. As you know from my other videos, I am growing algae. Well, there's an issue with algae in that it grows exponentially, and then eventually it will actually the colony will actually start to collapse. Not necessarily collapse, but there's a exponential growth, and then it'll plateau, and then it'll essentially start to decline. And the reason for that is because once it reaches a certain density of biomass, the algae on the interior of the culture has trouble getting light because it's so dense. And nutrients start to run out of the sample as well, of the culture as well. And because of this, you end up with a decline. So in order to remedy this, I need to be able to remove the algae, a certain amount of algae, and then replace it with new nutrients. And in doing so, it should keep the culture healthy. Now the thing is, where am I going to put all the algae? I could throw it away, which is one option, or I could store it somewhere else, start a new culture, except for I don't have enough space in my incubator for all that. So I came up with another option, which is if I can grow some brine shrimp, I could then feed the excess algae to the brine shrimp. Now, these brine shrimp can be used to feed fish, and my mother has fish, so I could essentially feed my mother's fish with the excess algae that I create by feeding it to the shrimp and then using the shrimp to feed the fish. Now, I have to add some of this culture salt, 7.5 grams, to this. As the name suggests, brine shrimp like to live in salty conditions. Now, a little note on brine shrimp. It's actually fascinating how they evolve. This right here is the brine shrimp. It looks almost like a powder, but it's eggs. Now, brine shrimp evolved because of seasonal conditions, essentially in pools of water where it's not wet year round, so like where sometimes it will dry out. The brine shrimp will actually dry out with the puddle. Those eggs will stay dry during the dry season, and then when the water comes back, when the rainy season comes back, they can actually rehydrate the eggs. The eggs will rehydrate, and then they will hatch. And this allows them, they can stay, depending on the species, they can stay for years just in the sediment, dried out, waiting to be rehydrated. Now this is 7.5 grams of the salt, which I'll put in there and then let mix. I'm just going to do 0.5 gram. Now what I'll do is I'll take out the magnetic stir. Oops. Come on. There we go. Take out the magnetic stir. And then put the eggs in. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, put it in there, add one of the aerating lines in, and then within 24 to 36 hours, the shrimp should start to hatch. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.